Hello, old souls. My name is Steph. If you'd like to come on in, have a seat for some symbolic support. We're going to utilize the scrolls, tarot, and oracle in a shaman's palm configuration. And where Mr. Plasma here is, we'll have Ghost Tube kick in for any audio additions that may further inspire or irritate. Overall, please do receive or release freely, of course. So when you are ready, let's go. I'm going to take a moment to open up and grab a scroll or two to set the stage. We also have here a paranormal poker hand of cards, if anything is standing out to you, but we'll take a look at those. Fellow empaths, seekers, and psychonauts, when you're ready, closing the eyes, cleansing the palette of perception, releasing the race and the rush, activating the abstract mind and ancient awareness to perceive and receive symbolic support in the name and honor of old souls. Thank you for being my muse, and may you meet a message with meaning. Gratitude. All right. You know the drill as well. If you see, sense, or feel anything, please feel well to comment below or keep to oneself, but I do appreciate any interaction with the channel. All right, let's go. Okay. There are building blocks in the aura. Like I'm seeing this as a body, possibly like a beta body, not necessarily the alpha body that we might conceive of, meat suit. This feels like beta body that's being built. Yeah. I feel like I also have a decision to make. Okay. The beta body, 111, sorry if I have ink or garden in my nails. 111.
I'm confused.
I am awakening. Thank you. There might be a state of confusion in what's being built in the beta body because there's an awakening happening. It reminds me of kind of when I'm going to sleep or waking up and there's that moment of confusion in the mist. Like you go to bed one way and then sometimes you wake up and you're like, oh, now my shoulder hurts.
Many?
Or my, oy vey. Spirit box here. I feel like you're screaming at me. Bloody murder. Screaming. 4 is the number. Sorry. And when you can wake up and it's like, oh, now I have this pain, or I had this dream, and there's this state of confusion, but it's almost like a cloudiness. That's what it feels like in this awakening. It's like from being asleep to awaken. Now, I'm not implying that in any way, shape, or form one might be asleep, but I think there's spaces of one that could be in a slumber, and that's being built in this beta body. It's being built. Things are being weighed and measured as well, protected while this is happening. Something specifically about the temples, hips to head, flexibility. It's like frequency flexibility, even though it might feel right now like a wall. But I'm seeing that wall as a castle, like an old school castle. The universe is arranging people and experiences on your path to help you succeed and helping you to wake up to who you are, who you truly are. Seriously, didn't read this? You'd be surprised how just nonsensical I am. This is what it is. This castle, is it like a castle path? Okay, I will come back to you. Maybe. Thank you. Okay. May. We're in May. Okay, so maybe in May, but when it switches to path and pick me, pick yourself. It's like seeing a flower in a garden and they're all beautiful, but you go to pick one flower to make a bouquet. It's like picking your own flower, picking you out of the pot, picking yourself. Something about maybe May time, but closer to the Gemini season of it. I'm seeing and hear something about the neck. There's a TV show called Happy Endings, comedy show from, I don't know, whatever it's from. And at one point in time, the girl is, I think she's in like marketing or something, and this, like neck thing, and it blows up so you can rest your neck. But I'm seeing that, but I'm seeing it like space is being made. Like I'm trying to lift. Oh, I'm so awkward, but there it is, right? Lift the neck up. Could be something about the throat as well. Give me a moment. Okay, so there are 4. When I came in earlier, there are 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. I think you're the 4th. The 1, 2, 3, 4 doesn't matter. It's just simply a measurement of how many.
Coffin.
There are people kneeling here. Yes, thank you. There are people kneeling here, and is it like African? And forgive me, I'm not trying to be ignorant, or any other culture on the planet or off planet that may be able to carry and balance things on their head. Something about the head, coming back to the temples where these wolves or dogs are protecting. These 3 are carrying a coffin.
Over here.
We love me some spooky. But this coffin, is it's actually in honor of, like, I'm going to say in a cheesy way, rebirth. Because you're in the coffin, but you're well and alive, because this is the awakening. And now it's like I'm seeing you be carried in what looks like a coffin, might be depicted as a coffin, through the streets, through the paths of where you've been. But I'm actually being led by these other 3, but you're the 4th, to this castle of where something in this beta body, or some might know it as like the light body. I'm not sure if there's a correlation. Okay. All right. Let's keep going. I want to wander over here. I met with what I'm seeing is like a mad scientist. If you can, like, these are goggles, and I don't know. Can you just like imagine with me, like, pick a cartoon or a movie where there's a mad scientist that is misunderstood, but they're not misunderstood by everybody. The people in the castle of consciousness, maybe the other people that come and go from this castle, they understand. So maybe it's like a healing thing. Elixirs, tinctures. Now, these aren't tangible for most. I feel like for some, maybe you do make herbal remedies of some sorts. For some specifically, I heard specifically something about, oh shoot, and the word just like, phoom. Maybe I'm not supposed to say it. I won't say it then. Okay, it's modern medicine, I'm going to call it. There's another one. Maybe like psychedelic medicine. Somebody has a tongue that's pierced, or it's been cut. I feel like in a past life, there might be some ritual where you cut. I don't. Oh, it makes me weirded out. Again, I feel like they just have different markings on them. Different, not cultural, just in the here and now, but it's almost like where they came from. I don't even know what that means. Hold on. Not that I need to know what it means. Their birthing place. It's like you could see somebody being very stereotypical and judgmental here, but I'm just trying to like exude a point. Maybe that's covered in tattoos, has lots of piercings, or... Okay, thank you. or they're like in a biker club or something. Now, it doesn't have to be so, but I apologize. It's just possibly just easy, and I don't mean to use that as an excuse. And they can be easily judged by people. But really, they do great deeds. They do great deeds, because I'm seeing something. I don't know where I saw it, but it's something about like this biker gang family, and any child that's like been abused, they go and like watch the house, or if they're in foster or whatever, until the trial is done with the said abuser abusee. And they also, like, when going up to the trial, all these biker people like create this border so that they don't have to see who it was. They guard. So do you know what I'm saying? It's like something might look like a mad scientist type feel, or an inventor.
Lower your voice.
I apologize, but I feel like I'm in that energy where I'm able to speak something strongly said in purpose. No matter how I might be judged. And here's the interesting thing when I say that. Because when I say that, again, I'm sorry, but I'm going to use, tattoo. I mean, they're so beautiful. It's like walking art. I love it. But let's just say from a typical society standpoint, or shallow, whatever, it's fine. And it's like being misunderstood by that, but I'm the one perceiving their space of intellectual intuition, whatever the case is. I'm the one perceiving their judgment on me. Even though they might be communicating it, they might be saying it, I don't need to receive it or even interact with it, because I understand there's different bodies. I so think I butchered that. But hopefully you understand. And basically what the point is that I'm leading by example. That's what you're doing. In a long, winding path to get to, it's almost like even to approach you in this beta body, maybe even physically. It's a winding path on purpose, because as we all say, it's the journey that's important. That's not to say it's made any tougher to prove anything. I want to kind of go back to something. I don't need to prove my kindness because I've chosen to decorate my alpha body a certain way, or express my alpha body a certain way. I don't need to prove anything. By having an air of proving, then it's like there's the pride battle. This is like moving. Oh my goodness, I am so sorry, but I'm not so sorry, because I do feel like it's getting somewhere, or at least I am working my way through it, because I feel like I'm on the path. And I will interact with it, but even though it's like a concrete, metal, any sort of path you want it to be in regards to you in your castle of consciousness, the alpha outside, the beta also inside. It's like the beta is the insulation. I don't know quite how I'm seeing it. The path, though solidified, moves like water. Something's being brought to you. Okay, thank you. Something's being brought to you. I got to jump over here. The conscious card from the EC deck, and I'll put the link below if you're interested in it. Name 3 major milestones and the ages you experienced these milestones. I almost want to say, do you remember? Do you remember your own milestones? And you might even been on somebody else's path.
Neil.
Because it inspired you to then create like a branch of your own from that.
True.
3. You're the 4th. There's something, I feel like I have a cotter pin in my lip, and maybe I'm not remembering. Hold on. I am in Genius, angel number 10. If 10 means anything to you, but then we also have here 11, 11. My path, it's like the 11 of the alpha path and the 11 of the beta path within oneself. You have great leadership skills. Your mind is sharp and allows you to dream up ingenious ideas and organize all the details, then direct others how to carry them out. I think the you that is carried upon this coffin of rebirthing, of creativity, it's a creative coffin. Do you know what it makes me feel like? Thank you. So all over the place. Love it. Going to go with it. Untake the cotter pin out. Do you know how like vampires?
Karma.
Again, I'm don't mean to be superficial about it either. But the lore, the mythos, the this, that, or the other. And to travel during the day, they would be in their coffins and people would transport them. There's a part, old souls. Maybe this is the empathic part. Maybe this is your psychonaut part. Maybe this is your seer or seeker within. And I like to interchange seer and seeker because they both see. And in order to see, I must seek. And when I seek, I have the opportunity. Anyway, okay, yeah. I don't know which part is being brought to you because it's almost like this mad scientist feels the psychonaut space, but it's also like the healer. The empath might have walls, and I'm not saying that anyone might has to agree with me, but for me, just old souls, that the ancient auras.
Who are they?
Those are but 3 milestones, 3 pillars that seem to be a commonality in different degrees. And it's the elixir of making these different tinctures that is very creative, and how they come to life. How can I approach? It's like when you're interacting with people, places, or things, old soul, it's like you notice what is your best alchemy to interact with them. Is it trusting, not even trusting so much, but just simply interacting with them more empathically to get what's really being said or felt? Am I looking right at them with my eyes, but then am I also seeing different things around them? Or is it more psychonaut style where it's, I'm going to say unexplainable, so the conversation isn't on the surface? Do you know what I'm saying? Like that's, you don't say it. Unless maybe with psychonaut to psychonaut, in a state or degree of conceptivity, consciousness meeting consciousness in that space. I'm assuming to some degree, if you're still here with me, that psychonaut style
sure.
that you wander and we have these adventures together, is that it maybe it or somebody else also enhances your psychonaut senses because they don't fit into psyche or psychic. But they're kind of like, anyway, the bridge of it. Okay, it's the creative space. It's the creative space. All right, let's keep going here. Old souls. Your other card here in the subconscious realm. What would happen if you were to stop doing your daily routine? Okay. That's something to consider, and maybe you are waking up to that. What holds like a pillar in my daily routine? And there might be someone or something, even a mindset, that is, you're waking up to, oh,
is this yours?
I might consider stop doing that and see what space it opens up. Again, I don't want to say in a judgment of determining, this is so good for me, this is so bad for me. It's almost like a curiosity of, what if I just stop doing this for a little bit? What does that space allow or creatively inspire? so something else can be brought in. Okay. All right. Sorry. I hope you're doing well. I said we were going to do the shaman's palm configuration, but I lied. I'm just going to add on a shaman for each one. We have here Dancer of Reconciliation, Dancer of Promise, and the Shaman of Birth. Somebody made a promise to you, could also be another, or you've made a promise to another aspect of yourself. And you're taking the lead on it.
I come and go.
There's another milestone, the 3 to the 4. There's another milestone that's coming up, and I think that's why I'm being asked to reflect upon it. And I am being drawn to the word stones
Ornament.
again. And when we were in the first scroll, stones, like the castle wall or the path that's being paved, I'm reconciling something from either my childhood, quite specifically. Yeah. Don't dance around it. Yeah. There's also something about forgiving those who made promises they couldn't keep. Because I'm back in that situation where I'm having a conversation with somebody and it's just like, you're welcome to leave, love. You're welcome to leave. There's a door to my right. And it'll zoom you up. Somebody also very specifically has grandparents with them. There's something about your birth that is important, but there's a new fire being lit within you and it's preparing you for the next milestone, the next mile of something about gates. So I don't know, sorry, something about gates. Thank you. For some, you might be considering what's going on throughout May, taking a look at your daily routine or routines in general, reflecting upon your recent or lifetime since birth milestones, and you're going to make a promise to yourself and you're going to keep it in degrees. That will help bring something new about whatever it is that you wish. I'm going to say manifest, but whatever you're awakening to, or whatever you would like to awaken within you. For some of you, there might also be, wishing and summoning. Wishing and summoning and praying and hoping. Dun, 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 dun. That was weird, sorry. That's what you're doing. I'm not focusing on other people, places, or things break their promises. What I can focus, what I can control on
I can't leave.
and it's almost ingenious, is, I don't need to rely on other people's promises. I can rely on making the promise to myself. There's also something about a cremation. I don't really know what to say about it, but I think it has something to do with the creativity. It kind of makes me feel like when some people are like, are you going to choose to be buried or cremated? And I feel like, again, it's like, like one path that branches off. This isn't in relation to, because even with like the coffin, right, that was being carried, something being brought to you. Reanimated, because you've called it in, whatever is being carried to you in this coffin. You've summoned it forward. It's like an ingredient. Or I made a promise to this part of myself that when I think I found a cure or a way, I will call it back to reanimate it. And I don't want to make this sound like too creepy, because it actually feels really, I'm keeping a promise to myself. I'm keeping a promise to myself. I might have gotten off track
Inmate.
there. I apologize. Okay, let's add on a final card and we'll close out this day. Thank you, Old Souls, for being amazing. And I adore you and I love you. Thank you for your support. Werewolf, exploring wildness. Did I make that? No. It's this whole mad scientist feel. It's alive. It's alive. Am I seeing Jean? Oh my goodness, that's amazing. And it comes to life. It comes to life and another milestone has been made. A promise has been kept. It's almost ingenious. However you are applying this, and you know me, the channels, I don't feel like I need to keep repeating it to you guys, so I'm grateful for that. But I will, for the sake of simplicity, if you're new here. See, now I forgot. Whatever channel it's in, your job, your relationships, money, pick something, right? They're recurring ways, they're recurring paths of connection. But this feels...
I come and go.
This feels very empowering. It feels super empowering. And I'm not even sure if there's a less cheesy way to say that. Okay, so thank you. This feels like when I said the word empowering, with empowering, though it has its place, and I don't want to take that away because that feeling, but the contrast might be disempowered, right? Power. It's like Tesla or any other mad scientist or Dr. Frankenstein pulling the thing down and electricity happening. It's alive. But there's so many things that you've been doing in different ways before you turn that on, that big switch on the wall, on the castle wall, like Grandpa Munster in the basement or something like that. And people might have thought you were crazy in the meantime. But some people didn't. And it's almost like that's fine. It's fine. Because what's coming out of it, it's like I'm more grateful for those that supported or held the space for this invention or my ingenuity to play, even though it might be in the basement, unseen, unknown, which creates mystery. And it can create gossip. And it can create all this room for imaginations to go wild. But that's okay. Because you are the wild.
Come over here.
I'm going to let it go. I'm so sorry. Like, it's probably because I don't have my buff on today. Just free pulling with the hair. I'm so grateful for you guys, Old Souls. I look forward to seeing you guys each week. And until next time, gratitude galore. Thank you for being you.